right, let's go ahead and refresh this so you are not getting clickbaited. My camera focuses on yay. And there you have it. Yay. It's more like yay. And I'll explain why. So this is one of my accounts on Amazon. I experimented with this account for about a year. I wanted to know what it takes to hit 300,000, and that was the goal. And we hit 300,000 right before the end of the year. So we hit the goal, and I wanted to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are tons of things. There are tons of misinformation out there that people put out on YouTube, and tons of people fall for it, unfortunately. So this is one of my accounts. This was an experiment and a main source of income. I wanted to pull it off, and the goal was to hit 300,000, which we did. We hit 300,000, but the expectation and the amount of money and the amount of hours that went into it wasn't quite as I thought it would be. At the beginning, I was spending about 12 hours, 15 hours a day just working on it, just sourcing products and finding products and listing them, relisting them, trying to get approved for different brand, and so many other things that went into the business. This video is going to be a very quick video about my experience with Amazon in the past year, and I'm going to reveal what Amazon gurus don't tell you, and I'm also going to reveal the good side of it, the bad side of it, and all the ugly stuff that goes into it. So sit tight, this video is going to be unscripted, and it's going to be probably a short video. So let's start with the good stuff. So the good thing about Amazon is that you don't really reinvent the wheel. All you need to do is just source product. So the simplest form that I can explain it is that you find you source the stuff at a low price and see if you can sell it on Amazon for a profit. Business is very simple, right? As I thought it would be. Not quite. So first of all, there are four type of way of doing Amazon technically. So one is a private label, which is the worst kind and which most Amazon gurus advertise. That's the most capital incentive and the hardest one to start with. And the other one is Amazon OA. OA stands for online arbitrage, and Amazon RA, which stands for Amazon retail arbitrage. And then the last one is Amazon wholesale. And I've done all four in the past couple of years. I started with private label, big mistake. Don't start it with that. That's the last one that you want to touch on. So the easy one to touch is Amazon RA and Amazon OA. And then later on you get to transition to wholesale and transition into maybe brand direct, which I've done almost all business models except the brand direct. I got one or two good deal with brand direct, but I didn't have the capital and it was too risky for me to go that route. So the good thing about it, what was the good thing? So the good thing was that you can start very quickly, and you can flip stuff very quickly, and you can get into with something called Amazon RA, which I would recommend if you're trying to get into start with RA. Then you can get to OA, and then you can get to wholesale, and then brand direct, and so on and so forth. The good thing about Amazon is the speed. The second good thing is you don't need to market or advertise. And the third thing is that you don't need to deal with tons of customer support. And when it comes to return, they take care of all the return stuff for you. And I'm going to make a series about drop shipping. I'm going to start a drop shipping Shopify business from scratch, and I'm going to document the whole process here on YouTube. I've done drop shipping back in 2017, but I never document the process. So I want to start a brand new start from scratch and show you all how it goes. So the mistake I made with this business that I wish I would have done would be to document the whole process, which I didn't. But here we are. It's late is better than never. So what was the bad thing? All the bad things that you need to deal with are the returns, or Amazon fees, and Amazon complaint. And when Amazon get to shut down your entire store for absolutely no reason, which they did with mine. I thought it would never happen to me, but it did. It freaked me out for a couple of days. All the fund was frozen. The account was frozen. We couldn't sell anything. We couldn't take our money out. So you have no control. If Amazon decide to shut your account down, they just shut it down. That's the one thing that nobody talks about. Number two, nobody really talks about the fees that goes into it, the fees for the return, the fees for the product, the fees for how heavy it is, how big it is. These are the stuff that Amazon gurus, they don't talk about. I'm 100% sure you've probably seen you've probably seen all these Amazon gurus that they go to Costco or they go online and they scan a product and they show you, hey, look, it's $7. We get to sell it for $14. Bam, we make $7. Hey. It's all BS. Don't fall for it. First of all, you have to calculate the fees on the product. There are tons of fees that goes into it. Second, you have to calculate how big the product is. Third, you have to calculate how heavy the product is. And fourth, you have to see if you're even eligible to sell it, because you have to get ungated for every major and a small brand. First of all, you have to get ungated for different category. Once you get ungated for different category, then you need to get ungated and approved on different brands. For example, you can just go off and sell Nike. You can just go off and sell, I don't know, like Kirkland from Costco or something like that. You have to get approved. And there are brands that you cannot even get approved. And even if you get approved, you get something called IP alert. IP hit stands for intellectual property. So there are like brands that can kick you out. Amazon can kick you out. And customer complaint can kick you out of the listing. And all of them happened to me in the past. And it will happen. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because you're going to hit those. And usually, like, no matter how good your product sourcing is, 3 or 4 out of your products out of 10, like 3 or 4 out of 10 products usually fail. The listing either gets destroyed or the listing is shut down, or the listing tanks because too many people get on the listing, or you just ran out of inventory, or you buy too many and you get stuck with the inventory. So you're gonna have all these problems. And what's the ugly part of the Amazon? The ugly part of the Amazon is that all the extra fees that they charge you. So recently around August, Amazon just increased the fees. And then another 2-3 weeks ago, they increased the fees again. So they are constantly increasing certain fees for certain products. They're constantly shutting down certain listings or kicking you out of the listings. So when these Amazon gurus telling you that you can start an Amazon business with like $1,000 or $2,000 or like no money, don't listen to them. It's all crap. And the other thing is that leverage. They say, oh, just put it on credit card. You're gonna make your money back. Boom, boom. You're gonna sell your items within 4 weeks, and you pay it off. That's not how it works. If you leverage, you're gonna get into the hole. So don't leverage, and don't believe that when the Amazon gurus say, oh, you can start with $5,000 wholesale, or you can start the Amazon online arbitrage with less than $1,000. I mean, you can, but if you rely on that and try to multiply that money, it'll take you a long time to be able to make a sustainable income from it. So the best case scenario is for you to continue whatever you're doing and then do this on the side. Once you get to 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 a year, then quit your job and do this. So don't just quit your job and jump into it. The only time you want to do that is if you have $200,000 to $300,000 that you are willing to invest, and you're willing to make mistakes and hire some Amazon coach that can take your hand and move you through all these obstacles, all these problems one by one. And the more expensive the course is and the more expensive the mastermind is when it comes to Amazon, the higher chance of failure you're gonna have, because all the information that you need to start an Amazon business, it's all online. All of them is online. Everything that you need to know regarding private label, wholesale, direct brand, I don't know, name it, RA, OA, all these information, they all are on YouTube. You do not need a guru, or you do not need a community to help you out. If you're really hungry, if you truly want to figure it out, the information is out there. Having a Discord community of bunch of stupid people that they just follow each other is not going to help you. It's pretty much it's like blind leading a blind. Those communities, I've joined all of them. I've joined courses, I've joined masterminds, and I have spent from a $500 course all the way up to a $5,000 wholesale course. Especially the $5,000 one was pretty garbage. Especially the ones that like the ones that get to show you the course or show off their lifestyle with like a Lamborghini or whatever. Trust me, I know some of those guys personally. They will show you like a $500,000 revenue a month, but the profit off of that 500,000 is like 40 or 50,000, and their headache is through the roof. So it's not what it looks like, pretty much. Long story short. So from that 300,000 that we made this year, about like 25% of that is margin, and we did extremely good. Usually the margin on OA and RA is around like 25 to 35%, and the margin on wholesale is 8 to 12%. The margin on a private label, depending on how good the product is, it could be between 15% all the way up to 50%. So that's very situational. Private label is the hardest one to get into and to be successful. And with private label, you need like 500,000 or something. So don't get fooled. Somebody telling you, oh, you can start a private label Amazon FBA with like 10,000 or 5,000. You can't. You're gonna fail because of all the marketing and advertising and all the other stuff that goes into it. Trust me, I've done it, and I lost money doing it. So that's not the end all be all. So if you're gonna do it, make sure you get with somebody who can talk to you one-on-one, that can help you out, guide you through all the steps, through all the obstacles. Second, don't buy a course. Everything that you need is on YouTube. Literally everything that you need help with is on YouTube. And the stuff that you may going to need help with, they're not gonna have answers for it in these Discord groups or in these like Facebook groups or community groups. All of them are garbage. It's literally like blind leading blind. There are free communities that are far more valuable than paid communities. Join those free communities if you have to, and ask questions over there. Other than that, there are problems that you're going to face that you're the only one that has to go out and figure out. Because like at least once a week or a couple of times a week, I have to put out fire. There are going to be things that break down, things that I need to take care of that I cannot outthink my way out of it. I cannot Google my way out of it. I cannot YouTube my way out of it. I can't even ask the guru about it, because if I get to the group and ask the group, I was like, hey, have you guys had this problem? How do I get rid of it? Literally, like nobody knows. It's like, I don't know. Because with Amazon, there's going to be unique problems that will arise every single day that you may not know out of it. And people are not going to teach you those nitty-gritty details of how to analyze a Keepa chart, how to analyze a seller amp, how to analyze a Smart Scout. I've subscribed and used all the Amazon softwares, and the only ones that you pretty much need, and if you have to get into it, is Seller Amp and Keepa. And the ones that you really need to understand and learn how to use is Keepa. Keepa, I would say, is the most important one. It's even more important than Seller Amp. Smart Scout, you don't really need it. Retail Arbitrage and all the arbitrage website, you don't really need those websites. The leads that they give you, those websites, they are garbage. And as far as a buying lead, you don't really want to buy leads. Those leads that people sell, most of those leads are not good unless you know how to get approved and get ungated for those specific brands, and you know how to get around the certain specific problems that comes with selling those brands. So if you're not willing to spend 12 to 15 hours a day resourcing and sourcing and finding items, then don't even try it. Of course, after a while, you will have enough items to be able to replenish from either online or wholesale. And wholesale is a whole another monster that I'm not gonna get into. And it's getting harder and harder to open wholesale accounts, because every wholesaler that you call, they are going to say, hey, are you Amazon seller or not? You have to overcome that hurdle. So I think I mentioned everything that needed to be said. So if you don't understand any of the terminology that I mentioned, leave a comment down below and let me know, and I will clear that out for you. But that's all I have to say. Don't start Amazon FBA thinking that it's get rich quick. Don't go buy courses, and don't go join expensive communities just because they promise you stars and moons. It's all, I would say, about like 95% of this entire industry is extremely toxic and scammy. So don't join or buy any of those courses. If you really, truly want to start Amazon FBA, everything that you need is online. It's on YouTube. Like Tony Robbins says, it's not about the lack of resources. It's about the lack of resourcefulness. So you have to be resourceful if you want to start this business. I've coached and I help other people, like my friends and associates, to start Amazon business. Guess what? Within less than a month or less than 2 months, as soon as it gets slightly hard, they give up because they realize, oh, it's not just some copy and paste method. No, you actually have to use your brain, use your common sense, use your problem solving ability. This is an actual business. It's not a A, B, C, D type of business. No, sometimes you jump from A to Z, sometimes you jump from Z to L. You get the point. It's not 1 to 3. It's like you, on every step of the problem, you need to be able to problem solve and figure it out. Nobody's going to come to save you. Nobody's going to come and show you exactly what to do when it comes to solving a certain problem, which goes back to having a strong mindset, the desire to wanting to be succeed. So at the beginning, I was spending around, like, I would say 12 to 15 hours a day. But nowadays, I spend about an hour or 2 hours just replenishing the items and repricing and managing the account. So at the beginning, you have to spend tons of time, just like dropshipping. And then after a while, it will start to get easier and easier. But most people are not willing to go through that 3 to 6 months of absolute focus to get to stay on one task, on one business. And this was an experiment, and I still stay with it for the entire year. People can't even fathom the idea of staying and doing one idea or one business for 3 months, let alone a year. And I don't say a year is a long time. Usually people that are extremely successful with Amazon and they become successful with Amazon, they have to stay with it within 3 to 5 years. If you make it to 3 to 5 years, that's when you start to make money. So don't even expect to make any money or good money the first year or two. So this is not a get rich quick scam. I feel like a broken record every time I say that, but it's so true. So number one, don't fall for Amazon gurus. Don't fall for buying courses. Everything that you need is on YouTube. Everything that you need. You can Google it, you can YouTube it. Do not buy a course. And do not fall for any community. Those community, 99% of them are blind leading a blind. Third, the more expensive the course is and the more expensive the community is, the more garbage it is. So don't fall for that either. Unless you can hire somebody who has actual business with Amazon, actual experience with Amazon, then in that case, you can pay them, I don't know, between 1 to 2,000 up to 10,000. And if they can teach you in person or over a one-on-one call, that they walk you through everything and they tell you all the hurdles, all the problem, all the legal problems, all the documentation, all the ungating problems, that they are willing to walk you through that. Other than that, don't pay for any group coaching. Those group coaching, those online courses, they're usually garbage. They are not worth it. I literally joined a $5,000 course. I'm not gonna name the guy. I'm not gonna roast him, but literally they never get on the call. And whenever they get on the call, they just chit chat. And every time you ask them a question, they just tell you, Google it. And I'm like, really? Is this where my $5,000 went to? Just you guys telling me Google it? Wow, you guys are genius. I had no idea how to Google it. Anyway, I'm done rambling on. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully this video helps a ton of people to go out there to start that business. If you've been waiting for somebody to give you the courage, to inspire you, go ahead and do it out there. And if you don't feel like you want to buy courses, don't buy it. Go on Google it, go on YouTube it. Everything that you need from A to Z, it's all on YouTube. Do not buy a course. Do not fall for these Amazon gurus, especially the ones that show you Lamborghinis and fancy life and stuff like that. Especially the Instagram ones and the YouTube Shorts one. And don't fall for them when they say, oh, look, the item, they go grab an item from, like, I don't know, from some Chinese website or from Costco, and they say, look, it's like $7. We get to sell it for $20. We make this much. That is not true at all. So don't fall for all the scams, and go start that business. Experiment, learn it for yourself, and like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned. I'm going to document a journey. I'm going to experiment with a drop shipping store. I'm going to start it from scratch, from day one, and I'm gonna go from there, from zero, from complete scratch. I've had a little bit of dropshipping experience in the past, but this is going to be interesting. I haven't done a dropshipping in a few years, so we'll see how it goes. The goal with that is to get it to about 100,000 revenue, either quarterly or monthly. So we'll see how that goes. So subscribe and like, and let me know what you think. Leave your thought down below in the comment. And thank you for your time and attention as always. And see you in the next one.